taking a class on Creative Bug with Joy Ting. She is quite possibly a modern master of color. I just enjoy watching her work so much. She's all over Instagram, and I highly suggest you take her classes. Just the way she views color and how she describes how she sees things, it's just kind of refreshing to be in the presence of somebody that loves color so much. This is my interpretation of one of the lessons we did in the class. I went through and did all the things she had suggested, and then I went off on my own. And hard part about taking classes, you're always trying to figure out how to make everything your own so it doesn't look like someone else's, which is rough. Because of course you were looking at that person because you love their style. But one of the things I think I really enjoyed the most about her class was how fluid she was, how she jumped constantly. And I realized in the course of doing my own art, I don't have that ability like her. And that is not a bad thing. It's just who I am and how I see things. I have a reference photo right outside the view of the camera. And I just took a little snippet like she suggested and made it my own. I'm using a water-soluble color pencil because I figured out later on that that's actually good. And it's easier to dig into the oils later. But here you go. One thing I have found that I really enjoy about oil pastels is the smushing. You can kind of glob it on in such a way. Each oil pastel is completely different. The ones on the left right there I got as a gift, and I'm pretty sure they're from Japan. They are very hard. While the snillier, I'm saying that wrong, on the right are super soft. So you can kind of layer it up and just go back and kind of smush it in and smear it a little bit. And that is absolutely fantastic. After working with watercolors all these years, it's just so messy. And it's kind of gratifying to see the layers pop up. When I held this piece in my hand when I was done, I got so excited to see just the texture was so awesome. We had gone to see the Van Gogh experience in Birmingham recently, and I couldn't get over the texture. I wish I could see one in real life because I bet it's absolutely amazing. And regardless, this reminded me of that. So you can see, like, if I push harder, I'm getting more thickness, and I come back and it's not always great to smear it. You don't want to smear too much, but I love my head. It's right there. It's like, boom. This just is very gratifying to see it come together. One of the things during the class she spoke about a lot was that you just want to skip around and not think too hard. Like, you don't want to fill it in like a coloring book, which I'm doing right there. I'm not sure if you're seeing that. I'm making that happen right there. But I had a plan in my head. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it where I go back and I carve out with the pencil where I want the veins of the flower to be. This particular piece ended up working so well together. Yep, there we go. I was like, well, let's subtract out that color by putting in the veins ourselves. What I was saying was this particular piece ended up making me really happy when I was done with it. I ended up giving it to my mom as a gift because she bought me the oil pastels and I wanted her to see what she got me. So she understood I was using supplies because I have a tendency to hoard supplies. It's a gift, you know. One of the blessings of being an artist is that you're constantly looking for new things to use as your medium. God forbid you use it to sell it and like make money. But no. I want to have a collection. Going back in now, and this is something she taught during the class, was that you're just bringing back your lines a little bit. I think it kind of keeps you centered so you don't lose track of where you were, because it becomes super abstract-y. And I didn't want to lose what I actually had, because doing like full face flowers is a pain in the booty for me. I struggle with the layering, and in the back of my head I want it to look exactly like the picture, and then I have to like knock myself upside the head and remind myself that what is the purpose of that? It wouldn't necessarily be my interpretation now, would it? Now it is time to figure out the background, and I have this ongoing thing in my head. Am I going to do it black or am I going to do it blue? Consciously, I'm always thinking when I do blue and orange that I'm making some kind of Bronco picture. Growing up in Colorado, it was a thing. But I'm so glad I leaned towards blue on this one because it just brought it all together so nicely. I know for a fact I'm going to have to go order more white, because white is like the secret ingredient to pastels for me. It's the ability to take it down a notch when it's too dark and blend it all together. And as I grow in learning these things, I'm sure I'll get more tools under my belt. But for now, white is my friend. Because at this moment, I know I was freaking out. It was too dark. And I was going back and forth if I should smear it with my hand or if I should use the white. And when I brought that white in, it just changed everything. The layers and the thickness that it left behind with the textured strokes was just simply awesome for me, and I enjoyed it very much. So checklist, I gotta add that. Gotta go buy more white oil pastels.